Hello everyone, how's it going? Your boy Skilled Fawn, and today we're going to be doing a Demon Souls challenge run. In this challenge run I will be doing soul level 1, the minimum soul level. And the rules for this challenge run are soul level 1, obviously. I can use any weapons, whether that be melee, magic, whatever. I mostly won't be using magic, but for certain tanky enemies may be needed, especially early game. And yeah, I have to defeat all the bosses and beat the game. Yeah, this is gonna be a really fun and interesting challenge. Played Demon Souls and Dark Souls 1 the least out of the From Software games. But yeah, I'm excited to try this out. Played Demon Souls for the very first time months ago. I have the full Let's Play on the main channel if you're interested, but want to show the beginning cutscenes and all the stuff for people that haven't played or seen this game. And Dragon God is such a badass boss. Be fighting him later, but not for a while. So let's begin Demon Souls. So I go and make my character, trying to pimp him out. And unfortunately the only class that's soul level 1 is royalty, so I have to choose that. If you've already seen the intro cutscene, you're welcome to skip ahead, but I want to keep this for people that have not played Demon Souls or don't know much about it, and I'll try and keep quiet.
And those who dared penetrate the deep fog never returned. But Valifax of the Royal Twin Fangs broke free from the fog and told the world of Boletaria's plight. That the old King Alant had roused the Old One, the great beast below the Nexus, from its eternal slumber, and that a colorless fog had swept in, unleashing terrible demons. The demons hunt down men and claim their souls. Those who lose their souls lose also their minds. The mad attack the sane, and chaos reigns. Valifax also spoke of the enticing power of the demon souls. Each time a demon claims a human soul, the demon's own soul is invigorated by the life force, and the power of a mature demon soul is beyond human imagination. The legend spread quickly. Mighty warriors lured by the possibilities braved the fissure to breach the accursed land, but none have returned. Pure of the Twin Fangs, Yurt the Silent Chief, Saint Urbane, Scurva the Wanderer, the sixth Saint Astraea with her knight Garl Vinland, and Sage Frake the Visionary. The colorless deep fog slowly creeps beyond Boletaria's borders. Humankind faces a slow and steady extinction. The deep fog will eventually swallow all lands near and far. But Boletaria has one final hope. A lone warrior who has braved the baneful fog. Oh, has the land found its savior? Or have the demons found a new slave?
What do you guys think? What ending should I do? Anyways, we're in the Nexus now. This is the main hub of Demon Souls, almost like the Firelink Shrine. And Demon Souls is the very first game in From Software where it's similar to Dark Souls and stuff. They're testing out a lot of different things in this game, and there's a lot of really cool and interesting things in this game, but there's also a lot of primitive things, I would say. Like a lot of things are really gimmicky. So yeah, each level has one boss to it, and once you defeat that boss, you can go to the next level. Very different from Dark Souls, Bloodborne, Elden Ring, all those games. We get the Cling Ring. This is very important. In Demon Souls, I would definitely say it's one of the more punishing From Software games, because when you die, you spawn back in with 50% of your health. Luckily, though, the Cling Ring will allow me to have 75% of the total 100% health that I should have. And if I ever want that full HP, I'll have to use a special item or kill a boss to gain my soul back. Got our very first boss, Phalanx. What's really cool about Demon Souls is that the world actually is influenced by how many times you die or you stay alive. There's something called world tendency, which if you die more frequently in a world, the world will become black and you'll take more damage. I think there will be more enemies, and it's just overall not good. Then it's reverse. If you stay alive and defeat enough bosses, you'll actually deal more damage in that world. Just like that, the very first boss goes down. Phalanx is very easy. The intro to the game. The bosses. Very weak to fire.
Welcome back.
Now the Maiden in Black welcomes us. We gotta go talk to the Monumental.
Awaits the above.
Monumental. The Monumentals are pretty much these half living, half, I don't know, things that just live forever, and they've been around for a while. And they unfortunately roused the old one, waking up.
We have long awaited.
But I will be quiet and let you guys watch the cutscene. If you've already seen this, you can skip ahead to the timestamp.
Under benevolent rule, the world was united owing to the soul arts. Until a lust for power caused the awakening of the Old One. Across the land seeped a colorless, deep fog, and the world faced extinction at the hands of the demons. Thanks be, we were able to lull the Old One back to its slumber, yet only after the loss of innumerable souls, and most of the world lost, erased by the fog. In order to mend the fabric of what lands still remained, we entrusted 6 leaders with 6 precious archstones. One to the king of a small yet industrious land. One to the king of the burrowers underground. One to the wise queen of the great ivory tower. One to the chieftain of lost and ill-fortuned souls. One to the shaman of the tempest-worshipping shadowmen. And the last to the great giants of the northern lands. The archstones were placed in the fringelands that survived. We contained the old one here below the nexus and prohibited the soul arts. Finally, we became monumentals, half-living sentinels of the fabric of reality. Alas, the other monumentals have perished, and only I remain.
The Demon Souls story is actually really interesting. But yeah, kind of interesting too. The best thing that you can possibly do in Demon Souls is die in the Nexus. Especially once you kill a boss. As I mentioned, the more times you die in that world, the world will either go towards black or white tendency. And if you're in human form, that pushes even further towards one way. So I'm not trying to die and have my world go black. Makes it a lot tougher. The boss is tougher. Got our second boss. We talked to the merchant before, get some gear, and head over to fight Tower Knight. Tower Knight's really cool, fun boss. Really gimmicky, but still a really cool fight. There's a ton of archers on the side. I'm gonna dispatch them first. You're feeling a bit courageous. Could leave all the archers, not touch a single one of them, and fight the Tower Knight to get an achievement. We're gonna take it nice and safe for this challenge. And the thing is you're not supposed to deal a ton of damage. You're supposed to hit both of his feet until he staggers. And we get him staggered, and this way you can hit his head to get massive damage in. And yeah, that's a lot of really good damage. You can just keep doing that. I'm just trying to continually hit his legs, stagger him, and then not get hit when he falls down. And just like that, Tower Knight goes down. Second boss is Gonzo. Get our body back. Now we're gonna make our way to the smithing grounds. I open up the elevator to say hi to Blacksmith Ed. This guy's really good for upgrading weapons. The blacksmith in the Nexus can only upgrade her weapons so far. Now we got Armorer Spider. Armorer Spider is also another easy boss. Mostly just the projectile attacks that can be quite annoying at times. I would get caught in that spider web attack. When that happens, you can't dodge roll or anything. It's a bit tough. And just like that, armor spider goes down. I mentioned at the beginning that I could use any weapon. I'm only going to be using magic for a little bit. I'm trying to, one, maximize my consumables and eventually get this weapon that I'm looking for. But this boss up ahead, I despise quite a lot, and I wanted to just use magic to get rid of him. Could have used the melee weapon and tossed on the fire buff, like my rapier, but this boss isn't too hard, but he can just be quite annoying. He has this leech projectile attack that very frustrating, but yeah, notice if you just stand in this one spot up here, you can actually just not move and he won't be able to hit you. So yeah, I'm speeding this up a lot. I'm just dealing damage. He can regenerate if you're far away from him, but it is a chance I'm willing to take. Maybe he'll regenerate all the way. But luckily, after some time, he just stops regenerating and I kill him. That is pretty much the last boss and one of the last enemies I use with magic. Magic is fun, but also a bit cheap, in my opinion. That's not what I want to use for challenge run, but it's good for the beginning game, especially when I don't have a really good weapon to use. But yeah, when I was going through Latria, I realized I really need to find and get my weapon, and that's exactly what I do. And with my newfound weapon, I knew I had to eliminate a boss, see its potential. And yeah, this thing melts. The good thing about the Dragon Longsword is it doesn't scale with your stats. It's almost like having a raw weapon in Dark Souls or Elden Ring. Raw infusion, I should say. Yeah, we progress further beyond the Judicator Demon. And this area is actually not bad, but it's just annoying with those guys that freaking spawn. It's like, I don't know, that magic shot there, like 2 seconds or less after that cutscene, I barely had any time to react. They die in like, I don't know, 3 hits, but and so Patches pushes me down. I rescue one of the Saint guys. He tells me Umbasa. And yeah, Patches is now my new merchant. Very good. It will help me get the sticky white stuff. Which is a buff to my weapon. Now we got the old hero. Another cool boss fight. It's very gimmicky though, as always. He is blind, so you have to be cautious, take it slow, hit him, and then run away. Though he does have a few attacks that can catch you off guard. That second one that he did there, that like horizontal sword attack, did catch me off guard. Maybe like 2 or 3 times. Yeah, I'm just whittling his health down, trying my best not to get hit. Use the pillars as cover on the side. And just like that, old hero goes down. First try too, not bad. As gimmicky as some of these bosses may be, and they may be a bit easier than some of the other bosses in From Software history, they still are hard, and Soul level 1 it's even tougher. But now we have possibly one of the coolest boss fights in Demon Souls. This is the Storm King. And ever since Demon Souls and this boss fight, they've included a similar boss fight in each of the Dark Souls games. Or maybe not everyone. I don't think there's one in ES1, but in ES3 there is Yorm, and then in Elden Ring there's Rykard. You get a special weapon to use against them. But yeah, I had to fortunately reduce my equipment load before I could pick up the weapon. All the bit of time. Yeah, I'm using this shack as cover for the little guys and when he does his projectiles. And boom! There we go. Storm King / the Archdemon goes down. And once you get an Archdemon soul, the colorless fog that was blocking 1-2 can go through that now, but I want to eliminate all the bosses before I go for the end game. And yeah, this next boss is definitely the challenging point of this series, at least for me. Flame Lurker and Maneater are probably the two most aggressive and hard bosses, I would say. For like each world's second boss, these are definitely the tougher ones. And I died a lot. So I want to gain some more experience and, you know, progress. I didn't want to stay stagnant dying to that boss, so I was like, alright, let's go to Latria. We'll go to fight the Doll Demon. And I didn't want to waste time running around, so I was like, alright, let's go through the arrows, and I died. But not a big deal. After, I think, it was either the next or the try afterwards, I was able to do it. You just have to roll prematurely at the beginning. Or, I'm sorry, you have to roll late at the beginning and then prematurely once you get close. And if you do that, you also get an achievement, which is nice if you haven't gotten that. And maybe one of these days I'll do a challenge run where I actually just get the achievements for the game that I play. Been wanting to do that for Elden Ring. I'm close to getting all the achievements for that, but maybe I'll do that for Demon Souls if you guys like the idea. But yeah, go and fight the doll demon. I accidentally killed that guy up top. If you do fight this doll, make sure to leave him up, because that will give you a buff. He actually helps you out. No, don't actually do that. I'm just joking. If you leave that one guy up, he'll actually infinitely res the boss, and you'll either have to escape back to the Nexus or just kill her endlessly. Yeah, I run up and I go do some good damage, get her below half health. And once you do that, she'll spawn in a bunch of mimics. And I got blocked by that bench. I probably could have two-phased her, but no worries. And yeah, she goes down. Cakewalk, pretty much. Nothing too bad. She does have some traps that she'll place on the ground, but you can avoid them. And a few messengers come by and deliver me to Upper Latria. Yeah, this is when I'd say things start to get really, really interesting in this game. So I'm now in Upper Latria, and to get to the next boss, what you have to do is kill 4 of these guys and lower this heart abomination down. That's exactly what I do. And yeah, with this heart abomination down, you can progress upwards and kill the boss. It also will release more ads to fight. Kind of gross. Like these scorpion human like things. So creepy. Yeah, now we got a Man-Eater. I mentioned that Flame Lurker and Man-Eater, in my opinion, are the 2 hardest bosses, especially mid-game. Still think Old King of Lance the hardest, but Man-Eater, any duo boss fight in Souls games can be very tough. But after many tries and knowing that I need to get good, as the kids call it, I lowered my health down to get the rat rings damage increase, and I start wailing on Man-Eater. I knew I had to eliminate one of them, or the first one, before the second one came. Otherwise, I would not have a good chance of defeating this boss. Sure, I could do it while both of them were there, but it's easier this way. And once he gets below half to like 1/3 health, that's when the second one spawns in. And I'm not gonna take a chance at dying, so I just up my HP, take it slow. I will be doing less damage, but it's a-okay. And just like that, one hit away, and Man-Eater goes down. We have one of the 2 obstacles out of the way. Very nice. He was worrying me before starting this challenge. I remember the first time I played how tough that boss fight could be. And now we got the old monk. And yeah, I wasn't sure how this boss fight was going to be, just because it can spawn a human NPC, or a human invader, instead of an NPC to fight you. But luckily I just got the NPC quite easy. But I do really like the whole design of this boss fight. It'd be really neat if in like the Shadows of the Erdtree DLC we got something like this, or if you invaded in a certain spot you would actually become the boss. It's quite surprising that they never ever brought it back, or at least if they did bring it back, maybe make it so it's not like a main boss to progress, like a side boss. Yeah, we got the old monk now. Quite simple. He's got these 2 very close quarters claw weapons. I'm able to pretty much just keep walking and not get hit. My weapon's got decent range. Yeah, just like that, another archdemon goes down. Kind of funny because some of the archdemons are actually a bit more laughable than the second boss in their worlds. And we got Swamp of Sorrow, the second part of it. And these freaking, I don't know what these guys are called, but they have the massive poles with the flames. It would absolutely destroy me. They have insane reach and damage that they deal. And this boss, actually do not mind as much as the Leech Monger. He does shoot this annoying projectile, but I think it's a lot easier to dodge. I'm fine with meleeing him. And it's really nice because he's weak to fire. All the bosses in this zone, besides maybe Maiden Estraya and Garl Vinland, are weak to fire. I get schmacked, but no worries. When he does that attack, it's a AoE attack. Trying to run away. Yeah, I should roll on some of these attacks, but he's gonna do another AoE attack. Luckily, a lot of these bosses give pretty big signal as to what they're doing. And Dirty Colossus goes down. Very easy and simple boss fight. Up next, we got Maiden Estraya and Garl Vinland, the next archdemon. The very first time I played Demon Souls, I went this route. I was actually really fascinated by how this human could be... I I mean, I guess all of the demons were once human, but I don't know, it's just like basically still a perfect human, and he's an archdemon. I don't know, it's just really interesting and cool to me.
Go forth,
But yeah, Maiden Estrella is the boss, and Jarl Vinland is the obstacle in the way. Say hello to one of the many denizens in this area. And yeah, the whole gimmick of this fight is parry. And well, I'm honestly pretty shit at parrying in all the From Software games. I was definitely a bit better in Sekiro, but I don't know, my parry timing is not the best. I like more so of a roller, and or just not even rolling and just sprinting away. So it's definitely a good challenge for me. I've tried a few times. Yeah, with Jarl Vinland down, that's pretty much the boss fight. Use some grass jelly just to heal myself a bit.
You
Want to talk to Estrella.
killed him, didn't you? Very well. I can no longer resist you. Do as you like. Take your...
And yeah, you haven't noticed in the bottom left, above my sword, you see that exclamation point. Yeah, unfortunately, with Jarl Vinland, I can't two-hand the weapon. I have to have my shield out to parry. And if I'm not two-handing that weapon, that specific weapon at level 1, I won't get the full damage output. So, yeah. And now on to Flame Lurker again. He is now the one and only obstacle. Defeated all the other demons and archdemons. So yeah, I've got the sticky white stuff for the magic enhancement to my weapon. Since I didn't want to use the dragon longsword, because it's fire damage and he is fire, but counterintuitive. I'm pretty much just running away and running back in to get a hit or two. Luckily, whenever you do hit him, he will stagger for a bit. And before this run, I tried doing something similar to Maneater, where I had, like, you know, less than 30% health. I would try and use the rat ring, get really good damage, but a lot of his attacks are AoE and have a massive lingering hitbox. Or even if he just like turns to the side, does his jump attack, he would hit me. Yeah, eventually I get him this way, and I was very happy. Took a decent amount of tries and was a big obstacle in this challenge run. And since I killed him, now upgrade my sword even farther. But first I need to take out Dragon God to get the pure Dragon Stone. And Dragon God is very similar to Beta Chaos. It's a gimmick fight where you have to go from one area to the next. I did die a few times, similar to Beta Chaos, but find Dragon God to be a lot more manageable and less painful than Beta Chaos. feel Beta Chaos can just be extremely unpredictable and just an eyesore to even look at. I don't know, I just have, every time I play DS1, I just always dread the moment that I get to Beta Chaos. Yeah, just like that, phase 1 of Dragon God goes down. And now I get the second arrow shot. Yeah, the first time I played this game, and especially after seeing the initial cutscene, I wasn't sure if maybe Dragon God was going to be the final boss. So when I did fight him for the first time, I was like, okay, who's gonna be the final boss? And when I fought Old King Alon, I was not I was amazed. I was not disappointed by that fight. The music, boss fight in itself, just amazing. So with Dragon God down, we got another Archdemon and only a few bosses left. But first I want to upgrade my weapon to +5, max it out. And yeah, I have probably one of the best weapons for Soul Level 1 maxed out. And we're gonna head to the final areas of the game. That official welcoming us as always. You're looking beautiful as ever, my man. Fortunately, though, we will not be staying alone for much longer. And yeah, next we got the Penetrator boss. He made sure to bring his toy along. Yeah, he's another decently easy boss. His sword attacks look pretty bad, but once you get the hang of them, they should not be shabby. I just fortunately died a few times. The run back was a bit difficult, so I'd either have to kill all the guys or just try and whip past all of them. Try to take it slow, do good damage, but not get hit, obviously. That's the crazy thing, is this weapon's fully upgraded and it's not bad damage, but I can't even imagine if I used another weapon how worse it would be. Or maybe it would even be better, who knows. And that attack that he does where he lunges forward, you can get either 1 or 2 good hits in. Mostly just go for 1 though, just because I don't want to be greedy. Sometimes I will go for 2. Yeah, I mentioned before that most of the time I will die when I'm in human form, but especially this late in the game, the boss dealing a lot more damage. Figured it would be nice to be in human form just so I don't get one-shotted. just like that, another boss goes down. Only a couple bosses left. And this next boss is easily the toughest in the whole game. I make my way over towards him, dodging all these guys in this area, which can be tough. Another dragon comes to greet me in Boletaria. Gives me the great gift of fire. Yeah, I make my way past his first area and then second area. I was just waiting for him to spew fire on the left side before I advance. I make my way past the king's son. Sad, but figured I'd leave him alive. Probably one of the only NPCs well, besides maybe Patches, that I truly like in this. Yeah, so with my human form, I didn't want the cling ring, so I switched out my rings, and now we're gonna go fight Old King Allant. Toughest boss in the game, and has some of the quickest attacks. Yeah, cue the fucking epic boss music every time you played him. He was just such a cool boss. All of his attacks and stuff. But yeah, he does have a few attacks that are very quick. You got this one wind attack that he'll slam his sword down, and it's basically that attack, but he does it at least 3 times, if not 4 times faster. It almost feels like some Melania or Radagon freaking quickness to it. I don't know. Taking him slow, trying not to get caught off guard. Hit. I do get a bit greedy at some points. And yeah, that should have killed me right there, but yeah, like that attack right there, that can actually be devastatingly quick and lethal. Yeah, like holy crap, that has very little time to react. Yeah, Old King Allant goes down. And maybe in the future, be a fun and cool video to compare some of the fastest animations in From Software games.
You have devoured, I wonder. The rest is up to the Old One. If it is to be, then you shall be beckoned.
Yeah, it's interesting. The demon that we just fought right there was the reflection of the actual king of that land. So now we're gonna go fight him, the true King Allant. and I make my way down below, further into the Nexus, the Maiden in Black. When I get here, I'm greeted by the Old One.
Old One, I have granted thy wish. A new demon. Come now, be good.
And we make our way into the Old One.
By the Old One. Will you seek the everlasting demon souls? Or has the monumental blinded you?
And we got the final boss,
Choice.
Rue King Alant.
Visitor, may you be welcome here. Surely you have seen for yourself.
And yeah, he's a bit disappointing for the final boss, but mostly the lore and the story behind him in this world, that is what they were going for, not the fight itself, which
Through this tragedy.
I can definitely see people being disappointed and upset. First time I played, I was a bit disappointed, but I think it's really a bold and interesting move that they went that way. I think it pays off. The lore of this game is really phenomenally crafted.
Thy work is done.
Just like that, all the demons go down. Or maybe not. Because I will become the newest demon.
The Old One senses a new and powerful demon by its side. And before long, the world will be engulfed by the deep fog. Bring more souls.
Yeah, just like that. Demon Souls Soul Level 1 has been completed. Actually had a blast playing through this, and I will definitely be doing some more Demon Souls challenge runs in the future. If you guys enjoyed this run, please like and comment below. Maybe another challenge run idea, or I don't know, your thoughts on this one, what I could have done better maybe, or something I missed to help me out. And yeah, so appreciate you guys tuning in, checking me out. Expect to see the next challenge, which is Elden Ring Rune Level 1 with no weapon upgrades. I've previously already beaten Elden Ring at rune level 1, but I wanted to make it a bit tougher and do another challenge. And lastly is, after this rune level 1 with no weapon upgrades, I'm going to be getting Elden Ring for my PC, and I will be exploring some mods. So if you guys would like to see me do a randomizer or any of the other mods for Elden Ring, let me know. Have a fantastic day and stay safe. Skilled Fawn out.